Let me know when you can see this.
Love it. You can see
Right?
it.
This is an old, this is an art, I guess you'd call this an arts, this is definitely an arts and crafts style in my neighborhood. I captured this myself. But often I find that people aren't always understanding all the features and how to use them today. And that isn't any sort of direct comment here, but I love this tour because you can just really see, the beautiful attention to detail that was put into this house. And this is all original, right? All original wood, all which are, wainscoting here. But
You better
what
be
we did was
careful. Lisa's going to want to own this house. My wife
ah,
is on this, and you better. I hope you're not. Don't tell her where it is, please.
I mean, and look at these floors, right? I mean, all original. But the homeowners, before they sell, the sellers recently updated the kitchen, right? And they put in this is some high-end appliances. So for example, this is a Sub-Zero fridge, and we include a link so you could link out to see exactly what fridge it was, right? Because this is a $5,000 asset in this kitchen. Just as importantly, here's a double oven. In this case, you can actually drop a video straight into the Matterport tour. See if my bandwidth is going to let me pull it up. There it is. Right? That describes exactly what that item is. Even go a step further, we didn't want to go down to the root cellar here, unfinished, but there was a very nice LG steam washer and dryer in that basement that we wanted to highlight. So we put another video in there as well, right? This now all of a sudden, if you think about it, this tour isn't just interactive, right? You are giving a level of information that not even a buyer's agent's going to have on a listing sheet, right? You're going to know more about, that seller's going to know more about what's in this, buyer's going to know what's in that property just from walking through this Matterport tour. I've even seen examples where the agent will take a video of themselves and put that little tag like that right at the entry point, and when they click on it, it's the agent introducing the property.
I love it. I hope my team's listening, Jason. I'm sure you're catching that.
So when you talked about the measurement tool, right? I mean, we've got this, there's so much you can do here. Like this, let's go to the other side of this door and let's get ourselves a good location. Here. How large is this sink?
It's a farm sink, correct?
Right? Old school farm sink.
Yeah.
There. How about the window? What kind of window are we dealing with here?
Hey, Dan, can I interrupt you for 1 second and ask a question?
Absolutely.
So I felt like it was super relevant to this measuring tool. Someone wrote in and asked, what is the accuracy of the measurement?
Ooh.
Measurements on models taken with a Matterport Pro 2 or Pro 1 camera are accurate within 1 to 2%.
Excellent.
Right. So we want to know what the ceiling is.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Now that's the beam. Let's see if we can move it off the beam here a little bit. I think it's going to probably tell us that we're looking at about roughly a 9-foot ceiling. A little lower here. Let's try it this way. Try to knock it under a beam.
Pretty mirror, Lisa. You like that mirror?
There you go. Yeah. 8 feet 8 inches. This room is 13.1 feet, 13 feet 1 inch across. Whoops. I could even go into the floor plan view.
And Dan, that question that Samantha just asked kind of brings up a thought in the floor plan, and what we didn't discuss today, but maybe it's relative to a question is, you also, when the floor plan is completed, it produces the square footage of the property, and I understand that's obviously the internal, so it's from the inside of the wall to the other inside of the wall. What would you say accuracy of that plan is?
That's anecdotally, I don't know if we have an official sort of number on that. It's used for approximation purposes, but I've seen that they're typically within 5% of county numbers.
Okay.
Because we do actually calculate the full interior space using the exterior sort of scan, right?
Okay.
So, it doesn't include, so it's the full range, not, so it includes all the interior wall space. And there might even be I can't remember for sure, but I believe there might be a measurement on exterior wall as a base calculation so that we can get that in there too.
What's so amazing about it is we've noticed that it does the limited, I call it the limited headroom areas. So like in our marketplace, and again, right now we're in suburban Philadelphia, we're outside of the city. We have let's just say like in the south side of Wayne, there are these old English Tudor houses, and they have these third floor spaces with the slope ceilings. And
Yep.
sometimes you can't really navigate and stand out without hitting your head. And what I found is your program adjusts for that, which is so amazing because it's shooting lasers not only across, it's shooting lasers going up into the ceiling as well. Correct?
Correct. And here I'm gonna show you my house right
Oh,
before I moved in.
okay.
Can you still see my screen? I just went full
Yes.
screen.
Yeah, your screen share. It's fine.
Okay, great. So I use this for practice and for demo. This was my house the day before, like literally, I think before we closed, the seller's agent let me come in with my Matterport camera, and what I did was I generated a floor plan from this, so I could tell my movers where to put my furniture. But I had already laid out all of my furniture before I even moved in. But you were talking about the slope ceiling. Well, my upstairs bedroom has exactly that. And the floor plan here, literally eliminates this from the livable square footage calculation. Think of if it's below like 3 meters.
Yes, I think that's right. Yeah, that's what we've been watching for. Correct.
Yep.
Interesting.
So, and I've actually used this. So we are moving the kitchen from this space right here.
Oh God,
right,
don't get Lisa started.
to this space over here. This is kind of a poorly designed space. It's an add-on. But what I did was I took the measurements of this space using the exterior lines, right, removing all these cabinets, and then went into a kitchen planner tool and started put in the measurements and started putting my kitchen up onto the wall, putting my cabinets on the wall, designing my counter layout, where everything was going to go. And I actually have, even though I've not started the project yet, I have this entire kitchen designed down to the 1/4 inch of where it's all going to fit within that space.
It's funny thing that you mentioned that, and that was I experienced when I put a floor plan out on the counter of a property we were representing the owner in Villanova. This is Pennsylvania again, and it's a very affluent area. And the house was we knew the house was going to end up to be renovated, and someone was going to add value and tear the ceiling off and the roof off. Well, I put the Matterport, and I blew it up, by the way, on a big piece of paper, and I left it on the kitchen table. Well, and the buyer brought their architect through, and I can't forget the look on his face. And he picked up the floor plan, and he's looking at the floor plan, and then he's looking back up, and he's looking down. Then he looks over at me, and he goes, "Hey, who made the floor plan?" I said, "Oh, my wife. She's my chief Matterport officer. She did it." And the guy must have been thinking, "Uh-oh, is my job finished? Am I done?"